The spokesman of presumptive President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. ignores questions on how the incoming Philippine chief diplomat can travel to the United States. Marcos has a standing contempt order there worth $353 million. Rappler asks the question on Wednesday, May 11, at a press conference held by Vic Rodriguez at the Uniteam headquarters in Mandaluyong.
Sir, the U.S. government had already said it's willing to work with the next president. Has the president in waiting figure out a way how to face his contempt order effective until 2031?
Next question, please.
Sir, bakit po? Sir, he will be the chief diplomat and he will have to go there for
please.
state visit. Sir, sorry, I have to follow because he will be the chief diplomat and he will have to go there for state visit. So we're wondering how it will happen.
Marcos Jr. has been evading paying the contempt order since it was issued by the District Court of Hawaii in January 2011. Court records show that in 2019, a new judge extended the order to January 25, 2031. Based on the current exchange rate today, $353 million is equivalent to 18 billion pesos. Marcos Jr. and his entire campaign team evaded the independent press and dictated what questions reporters should not ask during sorties. Rodriguez says Marcos Jr. will face the press himself anytime soon. Meantime, Marcos Jr. visits the grave of his father, the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos, at the Libingan ng mga Bayani on Wednesday, May 11. He puts a bouquet in red wrappings on top of the grave. Marcos Jr. consistently calls the account of his father's military rule as propaganda and successfully revised this bloody past through a deeply entrenched disinformation network. Thousands of Nagueño parishioners come in droves at the Naga Metropolitan Cathedral Tuesday, May 10, as partial unofficial tally of the presidential race points to a loss by their fellow Bicolana Vice President Leni Robredo. Silence is palpable inside the cathedral as Robredo supporters make sense of the election results that show a landslide victory for Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. He is the son of the late dictator who plundered the nation's coffers. But thanks to network propaganda and disinformation, the Marcos family is now inches closer to Malacañang again. The Mass in Naga is presided by no less than Archbishop Rolando Tirona, who expresses disappointment over the results. Robredo also speaks before her supporters who cheer her name as she makes her first public appearance after Election Day.
Siguro ang pinakahalaga po niyan na while gabos kita nagmumundo, gabos kita siguro ang iba na ay makatungod sa resulta ng eleksyon. Kung ano man sa maging final na result, may pa man final na result po niya. Pero kung ano man sa final na result, ako unta dahil iyan si pagpupunan kang mas napulang pusog na pwede ng pagkasarawan.
Robredo says her team is already looking into the reported cases of alleged electoral fraud. It is clear for the Vice President the fight does not end with the elections.
Ang laban mapatapos, ay hindi laban na niyo, kulang laban na magana sa eleksyon. Pero laban para maging parte kita ng mas maray na pag-gobernar. Hindi yun sasakyan lugar.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. beats Manila Mayor Isko Moreno in his own turf based on partial and unofficial results from the Commission on Elections server. As of 7 o'clock p.m. May 11, with 98.32% of precincts reporting, the dictator's son and former senator garners 356,167 votes from the capital city. He beats Moreno, who gains 295,342 votes. Vice President Leni Robredo, meanwhile, is in third place in Manila with 196,179 votes. This is a big blow to Moreno, whose single term as mayor is distinguished by an ambitious infrastructure program and his leadership of the city's COVID-19 response. Meantime, prominent Mindanao-based non-government organization worker Maria Victoria Mags Maglana concedes on Tuesday, May 10, to re-electionist Davao 1st District Representative Paulo Pulong Duterte. The Dutertes in Davao enjoy a landslide win with Pulong garnering 211,872 votes over Maglana's 14,101, based on the partial and unofficial count as of 5:12 p.m. on Tuesday. 95.32% of precincts have already reported. Pulong's younger brother, Vice Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte, has 597,082 votes over former Representative Rui Elias Lopez's 67,615. Media stocks fall Tuesday, May 10, as partial unofficial election tallies point to a Ferdinand Marcos Jr. presidency. The benchmark Philippine Stock Exchange Index slips by as much as 3.1% to the 6,500 level before closing 0.58% lower. All indices succumb to the bloodbath. Media stocks are among the biggest losers. Marcos Jr.'s son and namesake of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos shunned the media. The share price of Manila Broadcasting Company, which operates DZRH and 5 other radio stations, dips over 22%. Media giant ABS-CBN, whose franchise renewal bid was rejected under the Duterte administration, tumbles as much as 22.6%. ABS-CBN Holdings, which issues Philippine Depositary Receipts or PDRs, slides 21.2%. Shares of GMA Network drop by as much as 18.7%. GMA Holdings, the holding company of the network which issues PDRs, falls as low as 17.8%. But not all media stocks suffer. Prime Media Holdings soars almost to the ceiling at 43.7%. It is poised to be the backdoor vehicle of a media company founded by House Majority Leader Martin Romualdez. PhilWeb Corporation sees its stock price shoot up by as much as 43.5%. It is owned by the husband of Irene Marcos, the late dictator's daughter. Araneta Properties, also owned by Araneta, has a 36.9% jump. The Ateneo Blue Eagles live to see another day in the UAAP Season 84 Men's Basketball Finals. Ending the match at 69-66, the team forces a do-or-die Game 3 against the history-seeking UP Fighting Maroons on Wednesday, May 11. Aiming for a 4th straight crown, the Blue Eagles bank on newly crowned league MVP Ange Kouame and star transferee Dave Ildefonso, also getting key contributions from Gian Mamuyak and Tyler Teo. But the Maroons have one more chance to salvage their bid for a first championship since 1986 behind mythical 5 members Xavier Lucero and Rookie of the Year Carl Tamayo. Ateneo and UP are set to fight for the crown in Game 3 on Friday, May 13.